Who have you heard about this new trend called wipe coding? Wipe coding, yeah. It's a new way to code now. We don't have to do nothing, and the machine does the rest. So it's not really true, but so DreamFlow, it's in the trend of this new movement. It's a new application that will allow you to do some wipe coding, and most of it, the difference between the other one, I don't know if you have tested some other application like Lovable, Cursor, Bolt. Did you try it? This kind of yes. And what do you think about them? Yeah, good, sucks, or
Pretty amazing. There was one called Base 44 I tried.
Yeah.
I didn't really like the vendor lock-in.
okay,
They hold the database and they milk you for money.
okay. So here we are going to talk about DreamFlow. So DreamFlow, it's a new application from FlutterFlow. FlutterFlow is a company who has built, in fact, what we call a Visual Studio Design. So it's a way for you to build Flutter application from an interface. So you don't need, in fact, to code, but you have the possibility to code. So most of them, you're going to drag and drop some component inside it to build your pages. You have properties, and also it's pretty linked to an ecosystem that you can connect to Firebase, for example, for manage everything that's going to relate it to big backend as a services, like database, authentication, and login. You can also have some plugin where you're going to connect to Stripe to onboard, in fact, anything that you want to be able to do some payment in your application. So it's very visual, but there's a lot of click. You have to do a lot of click. They are now in FlutterFlow introduce a little bit generative AI, so you can ask a little bit what you want. It's going to generate for you pages, a component, and so on. And they want to Swift or to do something else to go in the trend of the wipe coding. So they come with this application, which is called DreamFlow. So if you want to go, it's a dreamflow.app. And DreamFlow is going to be the web coding for Flutter. So it's basically focused on Flutter. So what you are going to do to be able to do is, with a single prompt, you are going to be able to build a full Flutter application. So I'm going to start maybe with a small example to show you what you can do. Let's do typical epic hello world that for developers. So with a single prompt, DreamFlow is going to build for you this application. So here you can see that what he's going to do is what we call is a syncing way. So he's going to show you what he's going to do, all the steps that he's going to provide. And on the right, sorry, you're going to see what is going to be started. So you're going to create for you the file and everything, and to connect everything to put in place. So here you have this reasoning. So you're going to see that I'm going to do this to, so from the one single prompt, I say just give me a to-do application. So he was able to understand what he's going to do. And he said that, okay, I'm going to add all this. Here, what I'm going to do, here, the core feature I'm going to implement. The data, you also think about the data model is going to imagine. And he's going to, in fact, to look into his teaching model, what kind of interface he's going to be able to build. So he's going to get inspired by what he has been trained by. Osmo done. Each time he generates an application, it could take 5 minutes, but as you can see, do a lot of things for you. And one of the good things that's with DreamFlow that you don't need to install Flutter on your machine, or you don't need to install anything on your machine. You will see that when he has complete, you will have an IDE, so you will have a user interface, a developer interface environment where you're going to be able to see what are the code that he has generated. You will also have a way that is coming from FlutterFlow. So you will have the properties panel where you can navigate to the widgets and modify properties without touching the code if you want. And they add some several options that we will look together when he will have finished his first implementation. So nothing is hide, you can see what is doing. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see what he has generated for us. To make you wait, you have a little game, that asteroid you can play with. During that, he's going. In fact, what he's doing now is going to load. In fact, into DreamFlow environment, he's going to load for you a space where you're going to be able to see and test your application. So here, in the application he has generated, and it looks like pretty good. And we can have working. We also can create. As you can see, the for now is not persisted. But what I say, so here you have the preview. You can maybe I will switch to the dark. Not this one. Where can I switch to dark mode? Display. What do you see? Just not seeing it.
You want to show the code?
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to speak to the eyes.
That's for that.
So you have the preview, you have the code. Here you can see all the code he has generated for you. So it's pretty well formatted and pretty well structured. So you have one repository for the model, one for the screen, one for the services to store and to manage, in fact, all the interaction from your application, and the widget. So the widget will be the small component that you're going to be able to embed into your application. Check, and you have this file, which is the architecture. So it is all the reasoning that he has done to build your application. You can have it here and read it for more details. Here you also have some theming, so you can directly change the look and feel of the application by simply update the color at what you want. And what I'm saying that if you're not familiar with Flutter and you're not really easy with the code, what you can do is go to inspect mode, go to properties. Come back here. So here, right now. So here we have the tree of the widget. So we can see that all the pages. So we have the on screen here. We have several screen, and what we can see that it's going to help us, in fact, to identify the components that we have. So for example, here we have the app bar. We have a text over there. Text, yeah, we have text. So here, and we have all the properties to this component that you can update. You don't like the color, if you don't like the title, you can change everything here on this panel of properties. And at the end, if you are okay with your application, you can publish it. So here you have a small button to publish. For now, you can publish on the web, on iOS or Android. is following. In fact, we are going to talk about the pricing plan after that, and how it's working. So just a simple click is going to take care of everything for you. And and after you can update the application. You can still working if there's something that you don't like or you want to change. You can still do this here. Now, well, as you can see, the DreamFlow proposed two integrations. So if you need a backend as a services, you can integrate if you want Supabase or Firebase. So it's two different backend as a service. So everyone know about Firebase or Supabase? Yeah. So it's a written gadget. So here you have to say to connect if you want to connect specifically to one of these application. So what we can do is maybe try to connect our application with Firebase. Get maybe a project that I already have. Let's take this one. You don't have to do anything. They are going to do it for you. So you're going to set up to connect directly to the Firebase, to set up everything and to put the rest in the code. It's going to take some time. Maybe I can show you from during that is going to do all the things. I can show it the plan. So how it's going to work for the plan? So you will have several plan. The first one when you log in, when you sign in into the application, you will have a free account. The free account will cost you nothing, and you will have 10 credits by month. So what are credits? I have no idea. So I have no idea how they compute, in fact, all the chat that we do with the apps. So 10 credits, I can tell you that it's going to be 1 prompt, 2 prompt, or 3 prompts. It's really depending on what you are going to do and what is going to be behind. So it's a computation. It is not really explained by DreamFlow about what you can do with 10 credits. But at least with 10 credits, you can generate 1 apps. That's what we're going to try after that. So what you can do with that, you can do chat and generation apps, and you have the one-click deployment. After that, you have several plans, from the 20 and 50, where you have more credits. But what you can do also is to build more application, and you can export the code. So if you want, you can export the code and develop with other idea if you want. Let's check if he has finished. He's still setting up the project, so we're going to take some time. So we are waiting that he finished this one. So what we are going to do is maybe to build another application. Let's build something more complex. Let me check it out. What I have. Yes, I have this one. Okay. I have tested this one. Okay, let's go. Let's build up this application. Let's see, DreamFlow here. So what I want to do is a build application, what I call Juice Fusion. So it's an application I want to open in fact a new bar where you can build some smoothies. So the client will be able with the application build their own mix, and I want him to build me this application that I can share with my client, and to build up all this fancy and funny juice. What?
Can you add the possibility to have light and dark mode?
Of course. Of course we can. In fact, it's basically it's integrated. So here, for example, if I switch on this button, I switch already in the dark mode and switch mode. So What is going is, in fact, is in the theming. You have a set of theming that is predefined, and following the application, he'll adopt a look and feel, and he's defined. In fact, what you see it on Premiere and Inverts, you have the dark mode and the light mode. Let me check. This is finished. Yes, almost. Just click on this one. What is cool that it's asynchronous, so I can switch for my different project at the same time, waiting that he finished following steps. So what we're going to do now, we are going to connect to Firebase, and what we're going to ask him after that is to say that all the to-do that I'm going to write to save into Firebase database. Okay. So now he has connecting correctly with Firebase. I'm going to ask him to generate the current code. So he's going to build some kind of wrapper following what he knows about the application and Firebase. You can still follow up on the side what he's doing. So as you can see now, he's going to create for me a class to store in fact the to-do that I want to use the collection for Firebase. What is also cool that if you change something in the code, it will take it into account on your side the changes that you have done. Let's see if this one is still working. Still in process. Still in process. Maybe we can check what it's going to do. Okay, it's pretty half. Okay, working.
Where's the smoothie?
Smoothie is still in progress.
Huh?
Connecting is in progress.
Where do you see?
Hmm?
Where do you see?
Yeah, when you go to the back dashboard, you can see in fact. If you don't, when you type a prompt, what it's going to do is following the application that you understood you have to generate. And also, at the end, DreamFlow, they wanted to become also an IDE, so an developer environment. So soon you will be able to create a new project from scratch. So you have everything inside, and you can code everything and use the agent to help you to build your application. Or you can import or clone your code and import it into DreamFlow and use the specific agent which is really tailored to Flutter to help you to build your application. But you can see it is not as fast as a November because it's doing a lot of things, going to Flutter and everything. I don't know if you have a question so far. Maybe I can answer. Any questions?
Does it have the same component as a Flutter to move around?
No, no. You don't have this kind of widget that you can drag and drop. The only thing that they bring back from FlutterFlow is in fact this inspect mode, where you can, in fact, when you click on an element of the interface, you can update properties without doing into the code. That's the
They
only
will
thing.
add it or just beginning?
I don't know if they're going to add it. It's a new. I think it's they are testing about FlutterFlow, DreamFlow, what's going to be the best approach, or maybe they're going to keep the both, or maybe they are going to keep only one. So we don't really know.
Am I obligated to use Firebase or Supabase with it?
No, in fact, as you have access to the code, you can plug in anything that you want. In fact, Firebase and Supabase is coming from FlutterFlow also. It's a helper for you if you don't want to connect to any kind of backend on your own. You can use this as an accelerator. It's really due for this, and all the plumbing is done by the interface. So you just say, okay, my project Firebase is here, my project Supabase is here, and it's going to do all the plumbing for you to connect, to get the credentials, to update the right framework, and also you're going to adapt. In fact, if you have already built your application with a specific model, it's going to create for you all the code to interact with Firebase. It's going to be Firestore, or if it's Supabase, it's going to call with the PostgreSQL table.
If I have something like a Nest.js access control, like a generic implementation
Yeah.
of Power Back, do you see it working well with the
I didn't try to get out of the scope when I want to use as a backend as a services. So, for example, for an API, I didn't try to for my application call an API and do all myself the plumbing. In fact, you can do it. There's no issue. You can, as you have access to the code here, you can add a file, you can create your own repository and so on, and you can do everything that you want on this part. So if you want to connect yourself to your own API and so on, you can do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Really a Flutter.
Yeah, it's pure photo.
You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want with the code, and you can use the AI agent on the right. And okay, so I want to integrate with this endpoint.
and I can give it the endpoint?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, for example, he has built a to-do services where he's going to, there is some basic function to add, to update, and to delete. So if you want maybe to connect to an API, you can replace this by the right call to the API. You want smoothie? Let's he has finished for the juice fusion. Yeah, I know. I lost. I'm so bad at this game. Let's see what he has generating for us. Oh, not bad. Pretty cool. So, you can select, yeah, cool. So, yeah, it's work. Yeah, it's work. So, the main thing that I asked him to generate a funky name following the ingredient I has selected. So, it's called it Funky Water Boost. And what I want is maybe to rate my creation, to add a comment, and to be able to save my recipe. Normally here I should have, yeah, not save yet. It doesn't save. Maybe I have to ask him to save it. So yeah,
To give you a dating before you save it. It's a post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to add comments.
I think I need to add the comment. Ah, you're right. I didn't read the toaster. It looks like he saved it, so let's check. Yeah, we have a win. So everything has been saved locally. This is what you maybe here we are going to see maybe some how to improve, in fact, because it's based on it maybe not what you want, and sometimes you want maybe to update on your own with the agent to say, okay, I don't like, or you are going to maybe update it through manually through the code or through the properties. I'm going to show you how you can improve, in fact, the way that you're going to work with DreamFlow. First of all, maybe you want to save some credits. What I like to do is to use an LLM for me to, in fact, to build for me some specification of what I want to do. So I'm going to use the best LLM in the world. So it's Gemini from Google. So what you can do, there's two ways to do it. I like to use the Google AI Studio. So I don't know if you're familiar with Google AI Studio. So it's, in fact, it's a studio almost for developer or for that help you, in fact, to understand how to use all the Gemini product. So from that, you can have a chat. So you can chat with the LLM. You can select, in fact, the LLM that you want to use. And you have several options that you can set to, and after that you can chat with them. But you can also have some really cool stuff, like, for example, you can use Banana also to create images. You can use VO also. You can do something that's very cool. It's this one. I like the Gemini Live. I don't know if you already test Gemini Live. It's if you don't have any friends or you bored at night, you can talk with someone. So it's really cool. So okay, where does it go? Hello, can you hear me? Start.
Hello, baby.
Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, wait, it's connected to my phone. Oh yeah. I have no idea why it's in there. Yeah. Hello, how you doing?
I think this is not interactive talking.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, it should be normally. Hey.
ठीक है हाँ ऐसा ही होना चाहिए
I have to reset. I don't have no idea why it's talking Hindi to me.
Ask him to.
I don't even know how to set up the language.
Can you stream it?
Eh?
So this happens sometimes. This is,
Okay.
I went once to.
Developers are India.
Speak to me in English, please.
क्या आप कृपया इसे स्पेल कर सकते हैं
Yeah, it's still
This actually.
Just delete the stream. Delete the stream.
Okay, spectrum.
Spectrum. Let's go.
चलो
Bye-bye.
चलते हैं क्या
Yeah, you need to reset the context window.
Context
This
with
can happen. I went to Seattle,
Just refresh the.
the interface.
and the larger the model, the more it can do like accidental things. So.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
Okay, cool. It seems to
Great.
go to normal. Okay, let's go.
Sounds like people are having a good time.
Yeah. Let me share my screen. Maybe you can give me. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I see your screen.
Okay.
What would you like me to do?
Can you give me your honest opinion on? Can you give me your honest opinion on this application?
The recipe card has a clean and simple design. I like how the ingredients are clearly listed with icons. What is the main function of this application?
So it's a juice. It's a juice fusion. It's an application where you can build any kind of smoothie following the ingredient that you have. You can select 5 on it, and after that, it's going to help you to create your recipe where you can rate and put a comment on it.
Thanks. The Juice Fusion app interface looks great. The ingredient categories are well organized, and the selection limit is clearly displayed. What other feedback are you looking for?
How can I improve the user experience?
By not doing anything.
How can I improve the user experience? Maybe stop, yeah. Let's come back to this fate.
To improve user experience, you could add ingredient description
found that
I can see that you're on the chat GP. To improve user experience, you could add ingredient descriptions or nutritional information to help users make informed decisions. Would you like to explore other ways to enhance user experience?
No, it's okay. Thank you very much. So it's very cool tool
You're welcome.
that it's very cool tool that you can use. In fact,
It was my pleasure to assist you. If you need anything else, feel free to ask.
it's a demo of. It's not the purpose to demo, but so what I used to use a lot this to build. In fact, to get yeah, this one. Oh, what I've done. So, yeah. So what, for example, I use the same prompt that I used to build Fusion Juice. Here it is. Yeah, I just use the same prompt. What I add at the end is, can you make me a list of the feature of the specification? So it's going to give you something more details. Then rather than let DreamFlow maybe imagine what you want for you. So it's going to be a spec. So all the screen that he can detect, very detailed spec that you can update on your side to maybe close for what you think you need to be able to have. And what you can do once you have all this the specs description, and I can also suggest you some stuff. So like yes, nutrition facts, share a Fusion with Frame. So maybe something that you don't think about at the beginning, you can also ask him to add this new feature for you. And once you have all these prompts, what you can do is just to copy paste on all the specification and put it into DreamFlow to build your application. So you will have at the first time something close to what you want, just by doing a little bit of prompting and using LLM to get some detailed spec that you are going to be able to use, rather than maybe rely on DreamFlow to imagine from the flow line that you have right what is going to be. That's the first thing that you can use for this. So once you have all the specs, you can use this. And maybe from time to time, so maybe the interface of DreamFlow is not as beautiful as you want it to be. Maybe you will need someone, maybe a designer that will help you, in fact, from this spec to build for you a UX design that you can tell DreamFlow to build it. So Google has something for you. I'm going to show you what you can use from Google. So, sorry, stage. Oh yeah, okay, thank you. So this application is called Stitch with Google.com. So it's for now it's a lab, so it's more a prototype of something that you can use it and test it. So it's totally free. I just copy all the things that I have generated from Google AI Studio. I want it to be on mobile. I just click in. So now I just wait for him to generate me some screen for the application. Let's see what he's going to come up with. So Stitch, it's your own UX designer. Who already knows about Stitch? No? Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. I didn't go that deep.
We don't want to make those designs. So better.
Is it only for mobile or it?
No, you can when I didn't see, if you see when I put my prompt, you can use it to design for mobile or for website. Yeah, so you can have both. So we have at least a Fusion stream. So here is a list of my unsafe cup. I don't. Yeah, it put also me a Fusion. I have a list of Fusion. Let's see what is going to come up with as a home page. So did you use Google AI Studio or Gemini maybe in your current workflow? We could also have used Gemini, so it's a Gemini application to do this. It's going to be the same model. So this one is more oriented for common users than Google AI Studio, because with Google AI Studio, what you can build, you can chat, you can create your own chat, or maybe, and you can use it to get some codes. Maybe you want to create some kind of agent, which you can test in fact with few prompts, and you can have a generated code that you can use to build your, or to deploy and everything, to call the Gemini with the API based on what you have designed here, with all the configuration and all the system prompt that you can define on the top. Okay, look. So what do you think about this design and the design proposed by FlutterFlow? It's better, this one? Okay. Okay, well, we're going to try something. So I'm going to download the design, and we're going to ask to DreamFlow to match this design. The question is going to be able to do it. Yes, we do. I think the next step will be maybe to export it to Figma. Okay, I need my hands. So, chat. Maybe I'm going to do this one. It's good. Do this. Download. Okay, let's get all the screens. Okay, can you use the design UX UI to update the interface of the application? Let's see if it's going to be able to match the design that we have generated. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there an ability to use MCP like context setting?
No, for now you cannot you cannot yet contact MCP servers and anything. I think it could be a cool features, but for now they focus only on these two backend services. Try to simplify the workflow that you can, for non-developer, to be able to update quickly the interface that they want. Can use the chat to upgrade also the element, and also for developers can also add their own code or import their own library. With a free plan, you cannot do a lot. That you need to pay to be able to maybe to import your to export your code, or soon when we'll be able to connect with GitHub. You can work in fact in DreamFlow, also in your IDE, to be able to update the code at the same time. So I'm also close to finish. Maybe after that, what you can do, it's your turn. That you can try to build your application, and if you're satisfied with what you have done, you can come out here and show off what you have done with the free credits of DreamFlow. So what I would recommend for you is to have an idea, maybe use Gemini or Google AI Studio or ChatGPT or Claude, whatever you like, to have something very described from point of view. I don't know if you if you go to Stitch and generate some images, I don't know if the 10 credits will be enough to generate the application. You can try. I'm not sure it's going to fit into 10 credits if you put description plus the pictures. Maybe you can do first the application and then generate Stitch and see if you can still do it in the credits. So yeah, that could be optimized for you, the cost of the credit, because with DreamFlow, what you need to optimize is the credits. But not to spend so much or to reach the limit on your site. So what you can do is to go to dreamflow.app, sign in, or maybe you can use a what? Wait, I can share. How do you share? Earn free credits.
Of a hobby account. What is hobby account?
It's the first account. It's $20.
I am. Do you have the subscription page?
DreamFlow.
Just dreamflow.app. Yeah. 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 It's a Montreal. Up. This one, Montreal Wi-Fi. Don't know if you can see. MTL. W. Je fais ce que je peux.
When we show, can I show a web UI? The web,
On the free version, yeah, you can publish on the web.
and DreamFlow can do web, yes? Only,
No,
You can do
you can-
web, but the preview here is only mobile.
Yeah, it's only mobile. Yeah.
okay, we didn't know.
You can publish to web, right?
Yeah. So. Have to go to dreamflow.app. We come directly to this page, and then you have just to sign up to have a free account.
With free account, you only have 10 credits. So
Yeah.
Is there any limitation for example, the initial prompt in the case
Yeah, you have a limit. Yeah, you,
provide, for instance, some schemas from I don't know, a database for
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Is there any
Yeah, there's a limit on the prompt. I don't know what the limit are, but I know there's a limit that you cannot put 1 million of line into the prompt, but you have you have a limit. I don't know exactly what are the limit are, but yes, you have a limit.
for instance, we need to sometimes be attached to
Yeah.
some
Main thing is first to generate at least a first usable application, and then after that you upgrade progressively your apps.
because for instance now I'm building something and it's working, but my boss just asked me to like use a different schema for the database. I
Yeah.
learned.
Yeah.
And all the endpoints that I already built and everything is like working with some specific
Okay.
configuration in Supabase, and now I'm trying to pull the schema that he defined. I'm dealing with Supabase now, but that's for sure we need to like re-orchestrate all my endpoint and etc. So that's the thing I want to ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to be like organize our application or all that stuff that is in the background.
Mhm.
We are not
Yes.
covering that now, but
Yeah.
the question is if we can provide something like that in the prompt or
You can if you want. In fact, what is going to be at some point, what you can do is you can import your own code base if you want. You can also create a full project from scratch. For example, if I use this one. So it's going to load all the environment, but you will have a blank project. So you can code, you can start it to code, or you can ask the agent to maybe add me a page where I can do this, to create all the code and everything. Maybe, or if you have the spec from your API, you can say, okay, here's the spec, build me the services that I can connect to this spec. And it's going to build the code for you and everything to a specific. You're going to organize the code as you like to do, or if you already have a structure, you can import the code, and then he will use to respect it. So here I have blank everything. Or, I have the default. I have the default Flutter application, so you can remove some stuff. And then you can ask him to add a new screen, a new everything, and he will just add for you everything. And as you have access to the code, you can also update the code as you want. So it's really there is a both way. That's the way for people who don't know about anything about Flutter. What they're going to do is just type a prompt and ask the agent to modify the button, to modify the title. But if you are a developer, you have access to the code. You can do it by yourself to update and not to use credits. You will use only the agent if you need to do some more specific task or complex task that it could take maybe some time to you, or maybe you are bored to generate some schema to data. If you have a spec for the data, you just give it to him. It will generate everything. You will check from the code if everything is okay. Yeah.
More focus in the front end?
No, it's only focused on the Flutter. That's FlutterFlow. It's a company who invests a lot in Flutter to generalize and to the usage of Flutter, because with Flutter you code once and you deploy everywhere, on the web, on the mobile device, or even on your computer. So they are very focused, and they are trained their agents on the Flutter ecosystem. So every yeah.
To build a backend system.
Yeah, that's why what they use here, it's what they call backend as a services. So it's everything who has been built up that you don't need to develop your own backend. So Supabase is a backend as services. Firebase is a backend as services. So you don't need to worry about in Flutter as a front. You just need to know where it's going to get the data from. So that's why they are building some native integration with Firebase and Supabase, and so on. And that's it. So you have really focus on the application and just to know how to connect to get the data to display it. Break? Okay. So let's have a break, and after that you can come back if you have any question on the usage of DreamFlow and so on. But normally you should be able to do it on your own.
We have 10-minute break. Get the pizza.
No.
We play with it.
Why not making it? It's better for you to the top. We try to think with it. Oh yeah,
To work a little bit. So just before we work, maybe we can check out where we are when we ask last time to update the interface with the design that I've get. So let's see what he has done. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. So I have this. So in the design, it was just pretty close. Let's see if I can. You can still have also the check mark. Let's see. Create fusion. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. What do you think?
Can you put the cover, the image?
Don't ask me to manipulate. I'm too tired for that. Yeah, so yeah, you see, pretty easy. You have your own designer with Stitch, put it into DreamFlow, and he will generate at exactly what you're expecting, and in a very well structured code. I guess. Let me check. Yeah, you get some pretty Some pretty good structure of the code, the columns. Let's check this one. Containers with a row. Yeah, it's pretty well structured. So now it's your turn. Take your laptop. Use Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you want from your ID. Try to generate with the free credits. Once you have your first build that has been done, you can maybe try to improve with Stitch. Try to get a user interface and paste it into DreamFlow to see if it can generate for you the trick. And we can, I think, 15 minutes should be okay. 20 minutes should be okay. And after that, maybe you can show off what you have done. Everyone has a laptop, or there's some people who doesn't have the laptop? You don't have? Okay. Yeah. And ready to show it? Yeah. So who wants to come and maybe to show what DreamFlow has success to generate it for you? You want to come? Come. What is it?
This is not been recorded, right?
No, it's not recorded. Yes. It's very concerned. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's related with my job.
Okay.
I pause.
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea was like a Tinder app, but for food, and then you swipe, and then if you like it, then it gives you the recipe. It did not work. But look, right, so you can swipe, and that's really cool. And then you get this sushi platter, which is, well, it's not a sushi platter. My favorite, there's one of them in here. It's a ramen bowl. Where is it? Oh, uh-oh. Caesar salad?
Yeah, this one's good. That one's good though.
I
I think your gestures go out of the things, so you have to do your gesture inside the.
generating the whatever. Anyways, one of them was a ramen bowl, and it was just the bowl. There was no food in it. Anyways, so you can pass the Indian curry, street tacos, and then if you like it, it goes to there. There's the ramen bowl. So then you can go to your saved, and well, there's nothing there, but there should be recipes here from the ones that you saved, and there's a light mode and a dark mode. That's my app that I tried making.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then you can also try sorting it by vegetarian. Oh, that one worked. There's vegan. Oh.
In fact, the picture is going to pick up, I think,
The green one.
on the free open source.
It was going at Pixabay to get the website. Yeah, anyways, I hope you guys like my app.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Quick one. You want?
Where's the mic?
The mic. Here.
There.
Oh, it's gonna work. About here.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you for coming.
I don't know.
Oh.
So I just wanted to test if it could do a ride hailing app. I thought that'd be a pretty big task. So I created a sign-in screen, and I created like username and password. I logged in. Then I have this, and I mean, I'm trying to make it work, but I don't know if it's gonna work. So I don't think so. But anyway, it had, some trips in there, and I went to profile, and earlier when I hit like payment methods, it was saying features coming soon. And same for payment methods. So I figured, let me try and see if I can get it to integrate with Stripe. So I did another command where I said, create payment method with Stripe, and it came up with this. So I'm pretty surprised by that. So let's see if it works. Does anyone want to give me their credit card number? Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, well, yeah, sure, please.
No.
But if you work with Stripe, one of the credit card numbers is 4242.
Does it actually connect with the Stripe?
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to test this earlier.
Maybe go check the public spec if there is a
But the problem is, I was trying to go here. I'll check right after this. I'm having a problem here with the entry, so.
Because I actually know that this doesn't work.
What do you mean?
You should have like a
Like it
screen
pops up?
from- Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
It
did that
doesn't
too.
work.
So, you know. And yeah, I was getting this error, so it wasn't working. But the pub spec, where would the pub spec be? Yeah. Flutter, yeah.
It's just it's just a model. It's just
Yeah. See, to me, like integrating with Stripe is kind of like the final boss for an agent. Like if it can do that, so that's as far as I was able to get. So yeah.
Where's the one? HDMI. Thanks God for Mac Pro. This would not have happened otherwise. Entire screen. Hello. Okay, so this is a quick one for property management. I gave it, actually, I went to Stitch. Stitch did a really good job. And I gave it the screenshot. And then, yeah, it's came out with a different UI, but it's okay because it's experimental, so we understand. For those of us that have mortgage, nice to see. And nicer to see when we have progress on the mortgage, yeah. But so, okay, so documents, document upload, chat, events, and Ask AI. So this is like loosely based actually on what I'm building with my co-founder at District 3. This is the app version. We are doing web. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show. To do property management, there are several perspectives that you can take. You can take the perspective of an owner. You can take the perspective of a condo association, and so on and so on. Yeah. Cool.
Afternoon, good evening. I'm Daniel, and I am building Couple Ref, an AI couples therapist. I had this idea because my wife and I are going to therapy, and it helped, but it's quite expensive. And I'm like, you know what? For the $2,000 that we can invest in therapy, we can take a trip for 7 days and have 7 days of sun and sex, and maybe even have a better result. And so I think that people need to spend more time connecting deeply, and that we can demystify their couples therapy with AI. I came to the FlutterFlow meetup about a month ago. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to do this in FlutterFlow. And I met Jen, and he's like, you know what, you should try Firebase Studio. And so on August the 10th, I started working in Firebase Studio for the first time. I logged in, and this is where I got. Pardon me. Just okay. All right. So this is Couple Rep, a couples therapy app. And the concept behind this is that two people can engage in individual and joint activities. Those activities could be having a chat together or with an AI, or taking assessments and getting reports and feedback that analyze the dynamics of their relationship. And or you can even focus on specific skills like how to talk nicely or empathetically to each other, how to listen. And the more you engage, the more personalized your experience gets, because it's building a profile of you in the background, and it uses your chat history, your reports, all the different ways you engage to develop personalized therapy for you. So you may come in, and this is some of the options. Help me communicate with my partner. That's a structured discussion where it asks you questions and it helps you say things more softly. I need advice, which is a chat, or analyze my relationship dynamics. I think this is interesting. What I've done is I've taken gold standard psychological assessments, and these are the same tests your psychologist will use, and with very statistical scoring methods, and use those so that a couple can then take these same kind of assessments and then the AI can use that to build a profile of them and give them very personalized advice. So I took this relationship health report, which is a very common assessment that your therapist may give you, and it's giving me some insight. Has a chart here to show, okay, where where you're kind of falling overall in your relationship. And then you can also, if your partner takes it, generate a comparison. So now it's going to look, because we've linked accounts in the app, it's now going to look at my exam, her exam together, and then it's going to be like, okay, hey, here's what's happening. All right, there we go. So it's comparing, our different levels of satisfaction and trust and all these things. And we just like filled it out. This isn't our real stuff, but we just, we're testing it out. And here there's opportunity for advice. And now I can do things like, I can now use this to launch another AI chat that takes in this information, and I can also build what's called a couple journey. So in my therapy corner, for example, I have individualized activities and couple activities. And so these are structured learning activities using therapeutic principles. And then we have these couple journeys, which I just got right, where now it'll take that report and it'll generate a series of activities that we have to go through together step by step. So I'll click in and show you an example of a lesson. Okay. There's definitely some room for improvement here. My next step is to go through and make the prompts better. But anyway, you can see, we have these, break down these concepts, and I'll bring in scenarios, and you may have to answer some questions, which are I found are effective. They give you kind of feedback along the way, etc. I'll go to the couple gym quickly. So say I want to focus on a skill. Let's see, turning feelings into needs. All right. So Mary's arms are crossed tightly as she snapped. You don't even care about me. Her partner James looked down the floor, shoulders slumped. How could this be reframed as an I statement? I'll say A. Okay, and so basically I can try different skills to get feedback as an agent to help us have discussions. So anyway, I'll stop there for now. But basically, like I said, so this started off about a month ago, and what I found that I was advancing faster than I thought with Firebase Studio. I'm like, you know what? I need to raise the level from what I expect from myself as an MVP. And I said, you know what? Instead of just having something people to play with in 90 days, which is my original plan, I'm going to be making money in 90 days. And so my goal is my next step is to make this feel even more agentic, to make it feel that you have a partner that is leading you through a directed experience. I've been working on building the individual components and activities, and I like how those are coming along well. And now the next step is to wrap it up where you really feel like there's an agent who is personally there for you, who's setting a schedule for you and leading you and your partner through a shared experience. So anyway, that's a bit of a preview. I hope to talk with you guys again. I'll go more deeply into how I built this, where I've been hitting roadblocks in Firebase Studio, how I plan to get around those, and just my experience having worked as a product leader with a team of developers to building this to myself, how this makes me rethink the way that we will collaborate to build products in the future. Any questions?